As 90-Day Fiancé, Season 11 heats up, returning couple Shekinah and Sarper Güven are preparing for what should be the happiest moment of their lives, their wedding in Turkey. Shekinah is busy packing, filled with anticipation, but the mood shifts abruptly when Sarper disappears without a word. Concerned and confused, Shekinah tracks him using an AirTag. What she finds shocks both her and the production crew. Sarper is discovered alone in a quiet cafe, looking distraught and distant. When producers confront him, he finally opens up, admitting he's not just nervous about the wedding, but haunted by a secret he's kept buried. In a vulnerable, tear-filled confession, Sarper drops a bombshell. He was married once before. The revelation is stunning. Neither Shekinah nor viewers had any clue. For years, Sarper had painted himself as a lifelong bachelor, known more for his flirtatious charm and control issues than for any hint of a serious past. But now, everything changes. Sarper explains that the marriage took place nearly 15 years ago when he was in his early 30s, and it ended in disaster. The relationship was so toxic, he says, that he cut off all ties not only with his ex-wife, but also with his own family to escape the chaos. His voice trembles as he admits that the experience left deep emotional scars, making him fearful of ever walking down the aisle again. The timing of his confession couldn't be more dramatic, just days before his own wedding. For Shekinah, the bombshell hits hard. Not only must she grapple with the fact that Sarper hit such a major part of his life, but she's also forced to reevaluate their relationship at a critical turning point. But Sarper's revelations don't end there. In another confessional, Sarper shares yet another secret, one even more unexpected. At 18, during a trip to Antalya, Turkey, he had a brief but intense romance with a 35-year-old Russian woman named Alina. Months after their fling, Alina emailed him claiming she was pregnant. She didn't ask for anything, only informing him of the child. Overwhelmed and confused, young Sarper deleted the email and never responded. Now, Sarper lives with the weight of regret. He believes he may have a son in his mid-20s somewhere in the world, a son he's never met. He has spent years searching, chasing false leads, but remains hopeful he'll one day reunite with the child he never knew. This revelation drives an even deeper wedge between him and Shekinah. The couple is already divided on the issue of children. Shekinah, a mother of one, is firm about not wanting more. Sarper, meanwhile, is now more determined than ever to be a father, either by reconnecting with his son or having a child of his own. The emotional stakes have never been higher. With secrets unraveling and tensions mounting just days before their wedding, Shekinah must decide whether she can still trust the man she planned to marry. As 90-Day Fiancé continues, Sarper's past crashes into his present, threatening to change his future forever. 90-Day. The last resort star Jasmine Pineda has been stirring up fresh waves of drama, and this time, it's her current baby daddy, Matt Branis, who's sounding the alarm. Despite Jasmine's recent claims that she and Matt are not in a relationship, her actions tell a more complicated story, one that's raising eyebrows among fans and concern for Matt himself. Jasmine originally met Matt at a gym in Michigan while still married to Gino Palazzolo. Their relationship had already taken a strange turn, with Jasmine insisting on an open marriage due to Gino's failure to meet her physical needs. Gino, desperate to keep Jasmine in his life, reluctantly agreed under the condition that their marriage remain intact and that Jasmine never catch feelings for anyone else. But that's exactly what happened. Jasmine soon found herself drawn to Matt. What started as a physical escape turned into something far deeper and more permanent. She became pregnant with Matt's child, a twist that sealed the unraveling of her marriage with Gino. By late 2024, Jasmine had moved in with Matt in Miami, leaving Michigan and her old life behind. However, the plot continues to thicken. Despite now living with Matt, or at least frequently appearing to Jasmine, insists to her social media followers that she and Matt are not together romantically. She claims they co-parent, and that Matt only comes by to help with the baby. Yet her constant stream of videos tells a different story. Matt is often seen lounging on the couch, playing with the baby, and spending far more time in her home than a typical non-partner would. The lines between co-parents and couples seem to be blurring. In a recent video posted to Instagram, Jasmine gave followers a tour of her modest Miami home. She panned across the dining table, living room, TV area, and a baby cradle, and right there on the couch sat Matt, looking visibly uncomfortable. In the caption, Jasmine revealed that Matt is actually concerned about her because he thinks she's turning into a hoarder. According to Jasmine, Matt, who she describes as OCD, believes she needs an intervention. The clip showcased a home filled with baby supplies, toys, and scattered household items, a clear sign that Jasmine is still adjusting to life as a full-time mom. While she insists her home is neat and clean, Matt clearly doesn't agree, and his unease is starting to show. The irony: Jasmine once blasted Gino for his sloppy hygiene and lazy habits, frequently complaining about his messiness. Now, the roles have reversed. Jasmine is the one struggling to keep up, and Matt, the more organized and tidy one, is losing patience. Jasmine, always candid with her followers, has already noted the irony herself and hinted at frustration over being judged in her own home. To make matters more complex, Jasmine has long desired a bigger, more spacious home, something she frequently argued about with Gino. Back then, she told him she wouldn't consider having a child unless he upgraded their living space. Now with Matt, she's already had the baby, but the dream of a bigger home still lingers. Her current apartment in Miami seems smaller and more cramped than what she had in Michigan, and it's becoming clear that Jasmine might be hoping Matt will eventually step up and provide a better living situation for their growing family. Still, Jasmine insists that Matt is a good friend and someone whose advice she deeply values. While she downplays the romantic element of their relationship, their daily lives intertwined, emotionally charged, and filled with baby chaos tell a more tangled story. With 90 Day, the last resort wrapping and Jasmine's personal life unraveling in real time on social media, one thing is clear: Jasmine Pineda is still living in a whirlwind of love, loss, and now motherhood. And whether or not she admits it, Matt Branis may be playing a far bigger role in her future than she's letting on. In the latest emotionally charged episode of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, tensions ran high between Juan David Daza and Jessica Parsons as they confronted a growing divide in their relationship, one rooted in language, culture, and parenting. Juan, a Colombian native who frequently works abroad on cruise ships, opened up about one of his deepest concerns: the communication gap between Jessica and his family, especially his young son. As a father trying to blend two very different worlds, his life in Colombia and his marriage in America, Juan made a heartfelt plea to Jessica: learn Spanish, not just for him, but for their future as a united family. I want to merge both parts of my life, Juan explained, visibly emotional. My son, my family, they're a part of me, and I need you to connect with them. It was a vulnerable moment, one that one hoped would be met with understanding and support. But Jessica's response left him disappointed. She admitted she had no current way to learn the language, citing a lack of resources, guidance, and time. She also expressed doubts about her ability to succeed in learning Spanish, brushing off Juan's concerns as less urgent than he felt they were. While Juan spoke from a place of longing and cultural identity, Jessica responded with detachment, saying she didn't believe knowing Spanish was necessary to bond with his son. For Juan, the moment was disheartening. He had expected openness, or at least some effort. Instead, he was met with resistance, and perhaps worse, indifference. Viewers were quick to respond. Social media lit up with criticism toward Jessica, accusing her of making minimal effort to embrace her husband's heritage or meet him halfway as a stepmother. One fan wrote, "Jessica is not trying to learn anything about Juan, not his culture, not his language, nothing. She doesn't even think his son will need it. That's clueless and honestly disrespectful." Others suggested her reluctance might go deeper, wondering whether her unwillingness to learn Spanish was a subtle attempt to keep Juan's Colombian family, and especially his son, at arm's length. Juan's emotional request was a major turning point in Season 11, Episode 16, revealing deeper issues about cultural integration, parenting in a blended family, and the sacrifices that come with marrying across borders. As he prepared to leave once again for work, Juan worried that the language barrier could cause an emotional rift between Jessica and his child, one that could grow wider over time. Jessica's apprehension raised real questions about how committed she is to embracing not just Juan, but the full complexity of his life, his roots, his responsibilities, and his role as a father. With each episode, the cracks in their foundation grow more visible. And now, fans are left wondering, Can Jessica truly be part of Juan's world if she's not willing to speak its language literally and figuratively? David Toborowski from 90 Day Fiancé may have made it look like he was settling down in Thailand for good, but a major green card update he's now sharing is a happy plot twist in his relationship with Annie Soin. David and Annie's controversial relationship is now considered the most successful in the franchise. David's age gap with Annie isn't a problem, and neither is David's financial incompetence. David and Annie have been living a happy life together with their new baby in Pattaya. However, fans have been confused about whether they will come back to the U.S. David and Annie have not made Thailand their forever home, and his latest Instagram video confirms the same. David posted a reel on Instagram showing his mother-in-law dancing in the living room with a broom and a bottle of alcohol in her hand. She sang along to a Thai song that played loudly from the speakers behind her. In his caption, David gave more context to what was happening in the video. He wrote, "When I told Annie's mom that her I-130 has been approved and her green card is now with the National Visa Service Center LOL." One of David's fans, North Country Girl 71, commented, "Annie's mom is coming to America?" And David replied, "Maybe." Annie came to the U.S. in 2017 and has been living with David ever since. Although the couple frequently travels to Thailand and even owns property there, their stays have always been short-term. When a pregnant Annie flew to Thailand with David in November, he began hinting to fans that they might not return to the U.S. His responses were intentionally vague, adding to the speculation. He even revealed that their baby would have dual citizenship. More recently, David mentioned Annie's growing interest in living a farm life in Thailand. The fact that Annie's mother now has a green card suggests she will be moving to America with the couple, despite David's vague, maybe response to a fan's question. As usual, his reply is cryptic and indirect. He could be saving the full story for a future appearance on 90 Day Fiancé, even though he has also hinted that he's done with the franchise and won't be returning to any shows. Annie's mother may likely join the couple in Scottsdale to help care for their baby when the time comes. Annie was set to deliver her first baby at 32 and wanted to do so with her family by her side. David, ever attentive to his queen's wishes, took her to Thailand. It's possible that David also wanted to build some suspense around their storyline on social media, especially now that he's not appearing in any major 90 Day Fiancé spin-offs. Considering how frequently David and Annie update fans about their baby journey on Instagram, it's likely that the reason behind Annie's mother coming to America will also be revealed in due time. One of the couples that were featured in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 was Sarper and Shekina. However, it wasn't their first appearance on the show. Their love story has been featured on many spin-offs and seasons of the show, and in Season 11, Sarper made his way to America as the two geared up to tie the knot. Although Sarper originally started off as a villain, watching Shekina's behavior in the latest installment of the TLC show made me believe that she was a much bigger red flag than Sarper. In the latest episode, the audience saw that Shekina was secretly tracking Sarper's every move using an air tag that she put on his keychain. Sarper was unaware of the same, and in the upcoming episode, we'll be seen questioning Shekina about the same. Seeing Shekina's behavior makes me believe that she is insecure about her relationship and has a deep-rooted lack of trust in the man she is about to marry. The tracking incident wasn't the only one that made alarm bells go off in my mind. Earlier this season, Shekina's friends brought up the idea of a prenup. While it isn't a bad idea, it should have been a private conversation between the 90 Day Fiancé couple and should have been brought up earlier and not 5 days before they were set to get married. Although in my opinion, Sarper hasn't been the epitome of everything nice, I do believe that in the latest episodes, Sarper comes across as a lesser of two evils, while Shekina comes across as a raging red flag. Sarper and Shekina have been on different pages on a lot of things in regards to their relationship in the last few episodes of 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. Although one can chalk Sarper's concerns as getting cold feet ahead of the wedding, there are a few things the two should sit down and discuss before making any drastic decisions. In the latest episode, Sarper needed some time alone to clear his mind after a turbulent meeting with Shekina's friends. However, Shekina was worried about his whereabouts since they had to leave for the wedding location, and the male cast member had left the house without her knowledge and wasn't answering his phone. The show's crew asked what had happened between them, and Shekina said that she had set things on the ledge, and she had asked him to empty the coffee pod. Shekina said that although Sarper was trying to be helpful, he made a mess, and since he hated making a mess, he started yelling at her. The 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 female cast member remembered there was another way for her to find out where he was and revealed that she could track him using an AirTag. When questioned by the TLC crew about why she put an AirTag on Sarper's keychain, Shekinah initially joked that it was to help him find his keys. However, she later revealed the real reason, which was that he had refused to share his location with her. She told the cameras that if someone refused to share their location, it typically meant they had something to find, and she found it shady. Later in the episode, Shekinah followed Sarper's location and asked him why he hadn't picked up her call. "If you ask me, putting a tracking device on someone without their knowledge is a hard no, as it's the textbook example of invading someone's privacy. Moreover, there should be more trust between you and your spouse if you're a day away from getting married. This is why I believe the 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 couple, Sarper and Shekinah, should not be getting married just yet." Rob warned from 90 Day. Hunt for Love has finally addressed rumors about his sexuality on social media. He married Sophie Sierra, a British native, in 2023 with hopes of starting a family. However, their relationship faced challenges due to Rob's past infidelity and disrespectful behavior. In late 2024, the couple sought therapy to work through their marital issues but ultimately decided to end their relationship. Sophie accused Rob of being gay and claimed that he was engaging in questionable activities with men for money. Rob is now looking for love on 90 Day. Hunt for Love. In recent months, Rob has faced significant criticism for marrying Sophie while allegedly being gay. Recently, he broke his silence to address the rumors during an Instagram live, which was later reposted by Therialativeness. In response to a fan asking why people think he's gay, Rob said, "Because my ex-F said that S to everybody." He described the scandal as low-hanging fruit and accused Sophie of maliciously targeting his sexuality to tarnish his reputation. Rob emphasized that he no longer cared about the situation and confirmed that he wasn't gay and would never be with a man. Rob has finally put an end to the rumors after facing massive backlash for months. He not only received hurtful comments, but he also encountered other problems as a result of Sophie's accusations. Despite everything, he has decided to focus on his life and goals. He dedicates his time to improving his public image by authentically sharing his thoughts on social media. Rob often shares his experiences as a dog parent and expresses love for his family. Instead of continuing his feud with Sophie, Rob opts to spend time with his loved ones. Rob's latest statement indicates that he is no longer willing to face criticism for actions he didn't commit. He chose to openly address his sexuality and dispel any rumors once and for all. As Rob works on reconstructing his public persona, he likely believes it is crucial to address the issues to prevent ongoing rumors from persisting. Additionally, Rob made a wise decision not to criticize his ex-wife publicly. By maintaining his composure, he likely aimed to demonstrate to fans that he has evolved and is no longer harboring any bitterness from past events. It'll be interesting to see whether 90 Day Fiancé viewers will trust Rob or continue to believe Sophie's accusations that he is interested in men. Sophie's reaction to Rob's latest statement will be equally fascinating. Over the months, she has made multiple negative remarks about her ex-husband on social media. In contrast, Rob has been busy focusing on his future and finding new love. His recent appearance on the latest spin-off, 90 Day, Hunt for Love, suggests that he may end the season with a new romantic partner by his side.